Here we go. 14. Nope, not here. 11. What are the max and the min?
13 to 5.
13 minus 5, all divided by 2. That's 8 divided by 2, so the A value is 4. That is called your amplitude. The A value stands for amplitude. That's the number that's going to go out in front. That's the number that's going to go out in front. How do you find the C value? 4. Max plus min over 2. Same numbers, except now I'm adding them. So now that's 18 divided by 2. That's equal to 9. Again, I don't think we're making this connection yet. C value, shift, and also known as what? Shift and the what are the exact same things. No, it has nothing to do with frequency. This is why we need to buckle up down here. And I'm going to make darn sure of it today. Shift, midline. Shift, midline. C value, all the same. All the same values. And now I still need a B value though. And there is no formula for the B value. I don't have something that says B equals this, and I never will give it to you. So there is another formula out there that has the letter B in it. And what is that formula? 5?
It's where P equals 2 pi over B.
And the P stands for the period. P stands for the period. That is given to you in this problem. That is 8. 8. So I plug in 8 equals 2 pi over B. You guys cross multiply like we've been doing probably at least 15 to 20 times already this week, last week. Cross multiply, and then somebody can let me know what the B value is when they get it.
Would it be the same if you did 16? Because it's like 2 full cycles?
No. What do you mean for?
Well,
No. That's what we're going to graph. It takes to 8 to make 1 full cycle. That's why I'm using 8 as I don't want to use 16 because that's a totally different frequency. So you cross multiply, divide both sides by 8. Your B value will be 9.
Cross multiply.
Okay, let's go here. Cross multiply.
Yeah.
Let's go. 8 what?
8B.
8B equals
2 pi.
2 pi. Both sides we got to do what?
Divide by 8.
Divide by 8.
So then 1/16.
Where's the one? I don't know where 1/16 comes from.
1/4. Sorry.
Pi over
1/4.
4. Everyone's good. Okay, you have all 3 values. Now you can simply write the equation. Y equals, here we go, 3. Y equals, what's your A value?
4.
4. Sine or cosine in the directions? Sine. Parenthesis, B value.
Pi over 4.
And I got to attach a what with it? X. C value.
Plus 9.
Plus 9. There's the equation. Anything there? Because now we have to graph it. Go, set up your X and Y axes. Before you put tick marks on, you got to do 2 cycles. 2. We're at this point in the unit now. 2 cycles is what we need. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 cycle. That's only going to get me 1 curve. I need 2 of them, though, so you got to go 4 more. So you should have 8 of these bad boys on your graph. Let's do the y-axis right now. The y-axis. You should have 3 values. Every graph should have these 3 values every time on the y-axis. Just let me know what those values should be. Don't give me actual numbers based on this problem. Just say this value, and this value all have to be on your y-axis every single time. These 3 have to be on there. 6, got to have a what on the y-axis? Where's that coming from? Where's 2 pi coming from? Okay. Ryan, ready? It's got to go up to something, which is known as our what? It's got to go down to something, which is known as your what? And then it's got to go back to where? Midline. Though you just told me the 3 values. I need a max, a midline, and a minimum. Back to the problem. 2. What's my max? What is it? 13. Somewhere it's got to go 13. What's your midline? Also the shift. 9's got to be on here. And the minimum, which is 5. 9, 13 have to be somewhere on here. And they can't be down here. Why not? These are where the negatives rest, right? This is where the negatives are. They all have to be up here. So 5, whatever you want to go by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 13 here. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Those 3 always have to go on your y-axis. Min, max, midline. X-axis. I need the what to set up the x-axis? 5. What do I need to set up the x-axis?
You need the midline. Yeah.
It's like we've never done this before. I'm being honest with everybody today. Coming strong. This is like we've never done this before. Like I'm teaching this for the very first time. Key values. How do we figure out key values? 11. I got to take my what and divide by what?
Take your maximum and divide by minimum, or
Okay, everyone ready? Here we go. This is a rough one today, guys. This is a rough one. Rough one. I take my period and cut it into 4s. Take the period, cut it into 4s. So I'm going every 2 here. Every 2 on the x-axis. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 1 cycle. Usually I would stop the graph there, right? I end at the period, but this said 2 cycles. 10, 12, 14, 16. And now we graph sine. Now we graph sine. 6. Where does sine start?
yeah,
Do you want me to start it here?
I know.
Midline. There we go. So I'm starting at 9, the midline. Then where's it go? Max. Then where? Midline. Then where? Minimum. Back to. And there's 1 curve, everyone, right there. There's 1 curve. Now I got to repeat it. All right, now I got to repeat it. If you have your Chromebook and it's charged, can you get it out, please? Open up Google Classroom, homework answers, 4.5. I'm giving you to 1040 to work on some of this stuff. All right, in this assignment right now that we're doing, that I just did number 4 from. So you're opening up answers 4.5, and I'm giving you 20 minutes to work on some of these problems. All right, 20 minutes. And I will be around sitting with each group, seeing where we need help. All right, because we definitely need it. 20 minutes to work on this stuff.
Use charger.
Yep. Just make sure it gets put back when you're done. We have been shifting up and down. Now I want to go left and right. Okay, what's it look like on the equation when I go left and right? Everyone has a graphing calculator in front of them. Go to your y equals screen for me, please. Your y equals screen. Make sure everything's cleared out on your y equals screen. And type in x squared for me. X squared into y1. Hit your graph button. Can everybody see that graph on their calculator? If not, I got to change your settings. Everyone can see x squared. It looks like this, right? What'd you guys call that back in the day?
Mine's a V, right?
A V? What's that absolute value? No, that's an actual V.
Parabola.
Parabola. Good. Parabola. All right. Go back to your. What's up, Jared?
I think I have to change.
Okay. Hit your zoom. Hit your. You got zoom on the top, and then I think 6. It says standard.
Yeah.
Yep. And then hopefully you'll see what we're all seeing.
Yep.
All righty. Now go back into your y equals screen. Now let's do x squared on y2. Keep y1 there. Y2 x squared plus 3. Don't hit graph though. Don't hit it. Don't hit it yet. You guys know what's already going to happen. What's going to happen to our original graph? Should go up 3. Just check it out. Press graph. Does it go up 3?
Yeah.
Yep. So everyone went up 3. We knew that though. All right, everybody go back to y equals again. In y3 now. X plus 3 in parentheses, please. Put the x plus 3 in parentheses, the squared on the outside. Don't hit graph and ruin it for us. From your days last year in Algebra 2A, what do you think is going to happen now when it's inside, not out? Look, this was outside, this plus 3. Now it's inside the parentheses. Where do I move now? You move left and right. Anytime the number's inside the parentheses, I'm moving left and right. But you got to remember, which way am I going to move here? Everyone sees plus, so you assume it's in to the right. But no, you remember that? It's going to move opposite whatever it is. So hit your graph button now. And everyone see where your parabola moved? Where did it move? Move to the left, yeah.
Wait, so
Go ahead.
If it's plus, is
It actually moves to the opposite side if it moves left and right. Say that again. Go ahead.
Like why? Is it because it's squared?
No. Here's why. Because usually the formula is this, Jared. X minus, I'm just going to put another letter there, h squared. Okay. So when I put a -3 in here, see how it becomes plus 3? Right? Because x minus a -3 becomes plus 3.
Yeah.
So what's negative tell you? Go into the left. Right?
Yeah.
Go into the left, but it actually changes to plus 3 because you got a double negative. But it's still going left 3.
Okay.
So -3 by itself tells you going to the left, right? But when I plug it into the formula, it's x minus -3, which becomes what?
Just positive.
So that becomes plus 3. Even though, what did I originally plug in?
Negative.
I'm going to the left 3. That's not changing. Okay, so you got to remember when I go left and right, whatever sign's there, I'm actually moving in the opposite direction. Okay, good question. Anybody else? All right, let's try out a couple, and then we're going to go back to the Chromebooks. All right, so I have this new equation. You should be on. Make sure we're on 4.6 where it says phase shift. I have this equation here: 2 sine x plus 3. It's got an a and a c value. But what I want to do is I want to take that and move it to the right 4. Write the new equation. Take it, move it to the right 4. And I'm going to call it g of x. Are the 2 and the 3, that's not affected. The 2 and the 3 aren't going to get affected moving it right 4. It's still going to be 2 sine. Now here's what's going to get affected. What's going to go inside parentheses now? Not just x anymore. I'm moving it right 4. Right 4. So now it's going to be x, but with what? -4. Okay, now I'm taking it to the right 4. And then am I still going up 3? Yeah. Plus 3 at the end. That doesn't affect it. the x has and the number have to both be in parentheses. Questions? Yep, Jake?
Doesn't it have to be squared after the parentheses?
No, that was the squared was just something I just the squared part was just something I picked out. That was just an equation I picked out. It doesn't have to be squared. This works for anything. All right, 2. Look at this big beast here. Looks intimidating, but we'll chew it up and spit it out. Amplitude. 3. Period. Still need what formula? 2 pi over b. That b is still in the same place it's always been. What's the b value? 2/3. Still there. Right next to the x. 2/3. So 2 pi over 2/3. You guys got to do a little skip flip, right? Maybe cross out something if you can. I think the 2's cross out. And what's the period of this one? 3 pi. Everyone all right? 3 pi. Good news about, never mind, I'll tell you at the end. All right, new term here, phase shift. That's left and right, horizontal. Left and right, horizontal shift, phase shift. That's moving it left and right now. So look inside the parenthesis. First question, am I moving it left or right? Minus, x minus pi, right or left? Right. And then how many units? Right. Pi units. I know that seems strange, but I can move pi on the right, on the x-axis. And then the last one we've dealt with before, vertical shift. That's up and down. Where am I going, up or down? Up, and how many units? 4. What I was about to say was you do not have to graph these. I will never have you graph anything with a horizontal shift, just up and down. All good? All right, let's keep going. Got 2 more to do. Take y equals sine x and do the following and write the equation. Reflected over the x-axis. What's always there if it's reflected over the x-axis? What's always out in front if it's reflected? Mins go to max, maxes go to mins. What's got to be out in front? Negative sign, right? Negative sign. Can you guys, how do you do a horizontal shift of pi over 2 to the right? To the right. What goes inside my parentheses now? X to the right. Minus, opposite, pi over 2. And then on the outside, 3 up. Plus 3. Anything. And then a review question. Come on, guys, help me on this. Help. Act like we've been here. All right, it's going to tell you about the Ferris wheel in Chicago. Awesome. It takes 7 minutes to make a rotation. How cool is that? Great. 6-person cars, if you're wondering, too. Awesome. And then they give us this thing to start stressing us out and freaking us out. That huge equation means nothing. Well, I should say it means nothing, but we know what each piece means in there now. What's the minimum height? Minimum. I'm just looking for the minimum. Minimum. There's a lot of numbers here, but I only care about 2 of them to find the minimum. Which 2 numbers do I only care about up here to find the minimum for this equation? The minimum. The A value, because hey, this told me the old min and max was what? The old min was what? Negative 70, and the old max was what? Positive 70. And what's the other value I care about now? The shift. Now I'm moving everything up 80. Up 80. Up 80. What was my new minimum? 10, and I know I don't care in this problem, but the new max, $1.50. So 10 is your minimum. Questions? All right, there's not enough time, so I'm not going to force it to go to the Delta math assignment, but we'll start class with that tomorrow.